are just 4 days left in Madison's Craft Beer Week.
The event celebrating the small and independent brewers. Wouldn't you know, News 3's Mary Jo is at the brewery. She's over at Vintage Brewery. Hello.
Good morning, girl. Yeah, it's a little loud here because they're getting underway to mash up their first brew of the day. Now, joining us this morning is Scott Manning, the brewmaster and co-owner here at Vintage. Good morning, Scott. Thanks for being with us.
Thanks for having me.
Okay, so this is the finished product, but how does all of this get to this?
Well, we're actually brewing a Whippoorwill Wit today. It's a Belgian-style wit beer, and it's comprised of only a few ingredients. We've got them laid out over here on the table. This is a beer that's made of majority of wheat, a little bit of oats, and barley, of course, as well. Now, most of the beers that you have are going to be based in barley. So the flavor you think of as beer-like in the grain world is barley. We've got that.
What are some of the things that we have
This
here?
is wheat, actually. It's going to give us a nice fluffy texture in the beer. It's nice head retention, so you have that beautiful white head on a beer like this because of the wheat. It's different than barley, the same way that, you know, wheat bread tastes different than white bread, so you have that little extra robust creaminess. You're also holding some of our Turkish orange peel.
This is really good.
Yeah, it's a special beer we make with 3 types of orange peel, a little bit of Indian coriander, and it gives you that wonderful citrus, bright aroma. If you've ever had a Belgian wit beer, it is perfect for this season, you know, for patio, having a beer on the patio, spring, summer.
Okay, Scott, real quick, what are you guys doing back here?
Clinton is currently mashing in, so he is mixing the grain with the water. There's only 4 ingredients in beer in its natural state, and that would be cereal grain, treated brewing water, hops, and yeast, of course. We have the additional ingredient of the spices for this brew today, but Clinton is mixing the first 2, which is the grains and the water, and we're going to try to get our starches converted into sugars, and the sugar then becomes our future beer, the sugar water.
Sounds like a lot of science goes behind this glass of beer here.
A lot of science, but a lot of fun.
Yeah, lots of good parts. Scott, remind people back home where they can enjoy Craft Beer Week here at Vintage.
Craft Beer Week is all over Madison, even outside of Madison. It's bigger than it's ever been before, and we're really excited about it. We've got events almost every day and every night, but we should really come and check out our beer dinner tonight or our mini beer fest this weekend on Saturday.
Great. Thanks, Scott. They're right here on Whitney Way. You can check out channel3000.com for more information on Craft Beer Week. Coming up, we'll pair beer with some really tasty food. Let you know how that goes. Back to you.
All right, that's the way to begin a morning. Right? Tons of special events going on to celebrate Madison's 3rd annual Craft Beer Week.
And Mary Jo found one. She's learning more from a local brewer that's offering a specialty beer dinner. Morning again.
Good morning, Rob. I heard you the first time this time around. But anyway, we're here with Brittany Kramer, who's the owner here at Vintage Brewing Company, and Scott Manning is back with us. Now, Brittany, for starters, you guys are offering a 6-course beer and dinner pairing. Tell us what we have here so far.
Here, well, tonight we're doing Grills Gone Wild, wild meaning wild game. So first we have our stuffed quail, and we ground that with bacon. We have some fresh thyme, roasted vegetables, and then it's served over a cauliflower puree with some roasted asparagus. And then it has a thyme Dunkelweiss demi-glaze with it, which Dunkelweiss is paired with, which Scott can speak about.
Okay, so that's the beer that it's paired with. Mm-hmm. And then, Scott, tell us how you why you wanted to pair this beer with this dish.
That's actually our Brawley Roger, if I could correct you. That's okay. Brawley Roger is kind of an English IPA meets an English Pale Ale. Lives somewhere between Pale Ale and IPA. What does that even mean? So it's moderately hoppy. It's got a nice, rich malt character to it. Just a little bit of nutty malt character, but it's classic. You know, this is a classic English-style beer, and it's kind of classic cooking, done with our own twists. You know, quail and some root vegetables and the asparagus. Really wonderful flavors, and I think this is a beer that's going to do nicely with it.
Well, it sounds delicious. Now moving on to the next one, Brittany, what do we have here?
Here we have the grilled bison, and then we paired it with the braised bottom round, and this is over a semolina pudding, and then we have some earthy roasted oyster and shiitake mushrooms with it, and this is actually served with the thyme Dunkelweiss demi-glaze.
That looks and smells delicious. I know, talking to the chef, AJ, I thought it was a brownie at first because of the dark bison color, but it looks really great. Scott, tell us why you paired these two together.
I think it's especially great that we use the beer in the preparation of the food too, and we do that a lot here at Vintage, where this is a really rich beer without being too heavy. Dunkelweiss means dark wheat, so we've got all the wonderful kind of fluffy, rounded wheat flavors, but there's a lot of other malt in there too. So there's a lot of malt flavors that are maybe a little chocolatey, maybe a little caramely, and there's so much going on there without it being complicated. It's complex, but not complicated. And for a dish like the bison, it's again a really rich, kind of sturdy meat flavors, meeting all the mushroom and everything else. It's going to be a great pair.
Well, sounds really great. Thank you so much, Scott and Brittany, for being with us this morning. You can find Vintage Brewing Company right here on South Whitney Way. You can find the information on our website at channel3000.com. Also, for all the other fun that you can have for the rest of this craft beer week. Back to you guys.
All right, it looks very good. Thank you very much, Mary Jo.